McCormick Ranch in Scottsdale is the Florida of Arizona, you say? Well, let's see. You have picturesque, lush green scenery, swaying palm trees, meandering waterways, vibrant parks, miles of biking, walking, and jogging trails, championship golf courses, a thriving outdoor lifestyle coupled with a family-friendly community and activities. Check, check, check. Everything but the stifling humidity, traffic congestion, and sharp-toothed lake monsters. Well then, let's explore the pros and cons of living in this popular and thriving master plan community. McCormick Ranch, Scottsdale. All right, so let's jump into the pros and cons of living here in McCormick Ranch in Central Scottsdale. Hey, before we do that, I just want to give you a quick reminder that you can scroll now through the chapters. So if you want to jump ahead, check out the chapters and check out certain sections, feel free to scroll ahead and do that. And I want to let you know that I shot an entire living and playing in McCormick Ranch video. So you can check that out using that link above me right now, and you can check out a lot of great video footage and just some really awesome information about living here in this McCormick Ranch neighborhood. With that being said, let's jump into number one. Number one is location. In fact, if you've watched my pros and cons video for Scottsdale, location is always one of the pros because Scottsdale in and of itself is so centrally located here in the Phoenix Valley, but McCormick Ranch is in Central Scottsdale. So you have lots of great things to the north, lots of great things to the south, and you have the 101 freeway that runs just to the east, which gives you really easy access around the valley. Whether you go up to North Scottsdale, the 101 goes up to North Scottsdale, curves around over to the west and hits North Phoenix, and then takes you out to the West Valley cities. The 101 South takes you down to Tempe, Chandler, Mesa, Gilbert, down into the East Valley cities. So again, we always have to talk about location when we're talking about Scottsdale because the access to everything in the valley is just so centralized. And so number one on our list is location. Right now, number two on the list is the community itself is just a very beautiful, lush green community. When you look around, you almost would think if it wasn't so hot and dry, 110 degrees right now, it's pushing 110 degrees and dry as I sit here. If it was hot and humid instead, and just looking around, I would actually think I was in Florida instead of Arizona. Just a beautiful, lush green neighborhood. This is the largest master plan community in all of Arizona. And it's also it's one of my top 5 family-friendly communities here in Scottsdale. So another link above me right now, you can check out my top 5 family-friendly neighborhoods here in Scottsdale, but McCormick Ranch ranks on that. So beautiful, beautiful, lush green neighborhood, does not feel like Arizona when you look around. And so the beauty of the neighborhood makes number 2 on my pros list. All right, now coming in at number 3, this is a golf community. It's a neighborhood golf. There's 2 championship golf courses here, the Palm and the Pine, and they are more of a flat neighborhood style course. Lots of lakes, so bring your floating golf balls. These are not desert courses with the rolling mountains, but beautiful courses, highly rated championship golf courses. So if you're looking for a great golf community, golf makes number 3 on my list here in McCormick Ranch. You know, I created Phoenix Homes and Hotspots to connect homes with the lifestyle around those homes using the power of video and community. What's up, everybody? My name is Todd Hall. I'm founder of Phoenix Homes and Hotspots right here in beautiful, sunny Phoenix, Arizona. Hey, if you're moving to the Phoenix Metro or thinking about moving to Phoenix, Scottsdale, and you want to know not just where all the great homes are, but what is the community like that surrounds that house, and as well as all the local hotspots in the area, restaurants, shopping, hiking, golf, whatever it might be, you've come to the right spot. We're going to connect all the dots for you. And listen, if you're coming out to the Phoenix Metro, you want to do some of our homes and hotspots tours, all you got to do is give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. That way we can be your key to AZ. Hey, coming in at number 4, when we talk about community, this is a very resilient real estate market here because of its popularity, because of its great central location that we talked about earlier. As I sit here right now, it's July 2023. June 2023 statistics show that this community only went down in value. Remember, interest rates have gone way up in the last 12 months, and a lot of experts predicted 20 to 30% crashes, and that was after the market had already gone down about 10%. In the last 12 months, McCormick Ranch is only down 2.7%, but up 1.4% in the last 30 days. So rebounding nicely, really didn't crash that much to begin with. And there's only 1.8 months supply of homes here in the neighborhood, which makes this a really hot seller's market. Again, as I sit here today, midsummer, July 2023, this market is really, really hot. So number 4 on that list is this is a really resilient real estate market. All right, now number 5 on my list, this is a really important one, and one of my favorite things is this is McCormick Ranch is located right next to what I call the Talking Stick Family Fun Corridor. So there's lots of family fun friendly things to do, but specifically just to the east of this community, the Scottsdale Family Fun Corridor consists of the Arizona Boardwalk, which is an aquarium and a bunch of cool stuff there. Like, you could literally spend the entire day there with the family. You have the Talking Stick Casino just to the south, Top Golf, indoor skydiving right there in that area, bowling, racing. What else? There's the Great Wolf Lodge, which is the largest indoor water park here in the state of Arizona. You have the Salt River Fields that have events and festivals taking place throughout the year. So really, really awesome area. If you like just family activities or just activities to do with your friends also, by the way. Number five on my list is this is a great family fun friendly area. I mentioned earlier this makes my list of top 5 family friendly communities, and the Talking Stick Family Fun Corridor is one of those reasons. Here in Scottsdale, we have a great Parks and Recs department, and we're really well known for some of the great parks that we have here in this area. So here in McCormick Ranch, number 6 on the list is parks, and here in McCormick Ranch, you have little individual parks just for specific individual neighborhoods here in the community itself. But just to the south of McCormick Ranch are 2 of my favorite parks. In fact, my number 1 and number 2 rated parks here in Scottsdale. I rank Chaparral Park as number 2. It's actually my personal favorite. I rank it as number 2. And I'll tell you why in a minute, but it has everything. It has a fishing lake, a trail that goes around it for biking and walking and jogging. You have a kids playground. You have sand volleyball, basketball, softball fields, soccer fields, and dog parks. So everything there. That's kind of the park I grew up in when I first moved out here in 2004. And then just a little bit to the west of that, also to the south side of the McCormick Ranch community, you have the McCormick Stillman Railroad Park. And the reason I rate that one number 1 is it's just very unique. It's a great place, just a great day spot for families to go out and check out the railroad cars, the museum, ride the trains, and just hang out in the park area over there. So number 6 on my list is parks. One of the things people don't know about living here in the Phoenix Metro, they think of it as being a desert, which obviously it is, but they don't think about all the great lakes that are out here. So the lakes in and around McCormick Ranch, I mentioned earlier, the golf courses are just lake golf courses, but you also have Lake Marguerite here, which is stocked with fish. In fact, I'm looking at it right now, right behind the camera. I'm looking out over Lake Marguerite, all the beautiful homes. I can see Camelback Mountain just to the south of me. I can see Mummy Mountain over in Paradise Valley. I can see the McDowell Mountains over here to my right. And so Marguerite Lake is just a really beautiful lake. You can do a little bit of light boating, no motor boating or anything, but you can do pontoon boats and some of that stuff and go out and enjoy some fishing out here right in the heart of Scottsdale, Arizona. So number 7 on my list are the lakes in and around McCormick Ranch. Another great reason people love Scottsdale so much is there's so many great places. It's just such an outdoor town, and there's so many great places to jog and bike. So coming in number 8 on my list of pros here in Scottsdale are 30 miles, just under 30 miles, just in McCormick Ranch alone. Again, this is a really large master plan community, but 30 miles almost of biking and jogging trails here in this community. The most prominent being the Scottsdale Greenbelt that runs literally right through this community community. In fact, I'm sitting right now on a park bench about 5 feet away from the trail itself that runs 11 miles from south to north and then all the way down to Tempe Town Lake down in Tempe as well. It's a really long trail. People love to bike and jog out here. And so that is why biking and jogging trails are on that pros list. Hey, if you haven't gotten enough here on this YouTube channel and you want more great content on what to do while you're visiting the Phoenix Metro, I just created a new Facebook group. It's called Scottsdale Communities and Hotspots. So when you're done here, head over there. I'm going to show you all the top hotspots in and around Scottsdale, Arizona, from restaurants, nightlife, shopping, golfing, hikes, special events coming to town. I'm going to do some video walkthroughs with local owners and them walking you through their hotspot. And you're going to get lots of great local residents and their recommendations for what you should do while you're visiting here in the Phoenix Metro. So again, when you're done here, head over to the Facebook group, Scottsdale Communities and Hotspots. We'll see you over there. Now, if you've watched any of my videos on Scottsdale Communities, you know I love to talk about schools. In fact, I shot an entire schools video, so you can check that out. Again, the link is right above me. But I love to talk about schools because it's such an important aspect, especially in an area like McCormick Ranch where you have so many families living in this neighborhood. It makes my pros list here mainly because as you get further north in Scottsdale, so South Scottsdale, I don't love the schools, but as you start to get further north and into this McCormick Ranch area, you do have some really nice public schools. I will tell you, Arizona is not known for having the best of the best schools in the country, although Scottsdale is one of our better school districts here in the Phoenix Metro. And again, here in McCormick Ranch, you have some decent options. You also have the Great Hearts Academy public charter schools right here in this area to choose from. And guess what? If you don't love the schools and how they're rated, let's say your kid is going to a high school that just isn't rated very high and they live here in McCormick Ranch, which is a possibility. I don't love Chaparral High School as an example. Then you have school choice here. So you can actually move them into another school or another district using the open enrollment process to do that. So if you have questions on that and you want more details, let me know. All you have to do is hit me up, call me, text me, and I'll give you some more details. But again, schools makes my pros list here in McCormick Ranch. McCormick Ranch crime rate is about 15% below the national average. Now, again, if you watch my Scottsdale videos, you know I talk a lot about crime rate because it's a huge perk for this area. So it comes in and makes number 10 on my list. But Scottsdale as a whole is very low in crime. The crimes that do exist here, specifically low in violent crime. Okay, we have a very, very low violent crime rate when you compare it nationally or even statewide, or even just here in the Phoenix Metro. A lot of the crimes that take place here are things like theft, petty theft, and those types of things, which you will find. But again, here in McCormick Ranch, 15% across the board below the national average in terms of crime rates. You know, dang, Scottsdale is so clean. And my clients, every time they come to Scottsdale for the first time and we get out in the car and we're driving around for 5 minutes, they always comment. But I will tell you what, I don't think you will find a cleaner community in all of Arizona than this McCormick Ranch community. I could say it about a lot of communities, but honestly, I really think that that's true with this one. It's just, you look around, you don't see one single piece of trash. You look at the lakes, they're clean. The grass is well manicured. Everything is just so clean and crisp here. So, coming in at number 11 on my list is the cleanliness here in McCormick Ranch. Now, coming in at number 12 on my list is traffic. Here's the great thing about Phoenix Metro in general is the traffic is really, really light because the city is so spread out. But here in central Scottsdale, yeah, we have Scottsdale Road that borders this community to the west. But even on Scottsdale Road, it's very rare that you would ever get backed up at a red light for more than one cycle. So the traffic here isn't bad. To the south, you have South Scottsdale, which is very urban. To the north, you have North Scottsdale, and some of what's up in North Scottsdale is just one lane going each way. So you can get a little bit of backup, although even in those two areas, for what they are, traffic is really light. So that comes in at 12 on my list here in McCormick Ranch is light traffic. You know, I've been in the real estate business now since 1999, so I know your pain points. And the number one pain point is finding the right real estate consultant to work with, but the other one is finding the right loan broker. Now listen, I haven't told very many people this, but my first couple of years in the business, I almost left the business. And it was because there were things in a real estate transaction that I personally couldn't control. And that number one thing was that my loan brokers that I was referring my clients to were dropping the ball. Couldn't have been more frustrating. So I know if it was frustrating for me, it's frustrating for you. Look, you need somebody that's going to give you the best communication. They're going to do what they say they do. They close your loan on time, but also they give you the best pricing, the lowest interest rates, and the lowest closing costs without having to haggle with them. The loan team I work with now, I've been working with since 2005. They are the best of the best of the best. My clients thank me every time they use them. If you want them as well on your team, you want to be on our team, you know what to do. Pick up the phone, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email, and I'll make sure you get hooked up with the best team here in the Phoenix Metro. Now listen, let's get back to this video. Now listen, when we get into the cons of McCormick Ranch, I have to get a little bit nitpicky because quite honestly, a lot of times I go to different areas and I can find 8 to 10 cons very easily for most neighborhoods. And again, some of those are even nitpicking, but I really almost have to nitpick just to find 4. So today I have 4 cons of living here in McCormick Ranch. Number 1 on that list is home prices. Now, home prices, as you start to get further north in Scottsdale, prices start to get more expensive. So they're not the most expensive here in McCormick Ranch, but right now, median estimated value here in this neighborhood, again, July 2023, so always contact me for current pricing and market updates, but right now, $834,000 is median estimated value here in this neighborhood. So up definitely from what South Scottsdale is, but not nearly as expensive as when you get way up into the 3 main zip codes up into the area that I call North Scottsdale, when I break it down into my 5 areas, as you well know if you watch my videos. So again, prices aren't for everybody. Now that's single family homes, by the way. There's also a great townhome and condo lifestyle here in this area as well. So you might find that, hey, you're not going to buy an $834,000 home or a $900,000 home, but you do have some options for more affordable condos in this area. Now, as you go from South Scottsdale to North Scottsdale, the homes go from old in south to newer in north. Being right here in central, most of these homes were built in the 1980s. So the con number 2 is that you will have some functional obsolescence with some of the floor plans. Yes, there are investors that have come in and remodeled and rebuilt some of these homes. Not as common and popular as it is in South Scottsdale with all those homes built in the 1950s and 60s and being right down there in that urban epicenter, but you will find that. You'll also find a lot of functional obsolescence, again, with the homes, with the upgrades in the homes, with the floor plans themselves. So number 2 on my list has to be the potential to run into functional obsolescence when you're buying a home in this area. Now, con number 3 can be a pro or a con. The con here is if you're looking for beautiful desert landscape, amazing mountain views, although I do have mountain views even from where I sit to the north and to the south, they're not the real close proximity views. They're out in a distance. Everything right here is very, very flat, which is a con if you like those rolling desert mountain hills and waking up and watching the sunrise over the McDowell Mountains or sunset over Camelback Mountain if you're down to the south. It's not all right around you, although it's out in a distance, but again, it's very flat. Now, the nice thing about flat here, by the way, is that it makes it very walkable, very bike rideable. Again, I'm looking at right in front of me, I'm looking at the Scottsdale Greenbelt. It's just a nice flat trail, very easy just to get out with the family, ride the bikes with the kids. So if you like flat, if you like kind of that Florida flat, which is what I would consider this, it's great for you. If you're really moving out to desert to be part of that desert landscape, then that would be con number 3. Last but not least, con number 4. You all know, if you watch my Scottsdale videos, I love restaurants, dining, shopping, nightlife here in Scottsdale. It's such a vibrant city. The only con here in McCormick Ranch, and again, it's nitpicking because you have great Old Town Scottsdale restaurants and nightlife to the south. You have Scottsdale Quarter and Kierland just to the north. So it's all around you. I mentioned to the east, you have the Talking Stick Family Fun Quarter, which also has some great restaurants. And you have some decent restaurants in the community. There's just not a lot. So as a general rule, to get to some of the best restaurants here in Scottsdale or over in Arcadia, which is central Phoenix, which isn't too far away, you're gonna drive 10 to 15 minutes to get to them. So if you consider that a con, the good news, the restaurants are nearby and they're around you. The bad news is you do have to drive just a little bit to get over to them. Hey, did you like that video? Show me some love. Hit the like button down below, drop a comment, let me know what your thoughts were. Then be sure you subscribe and tap that alert bell. And from there, I'm gonna do all the heavy lifting for you. We'll create the content. We will notify you every time we create new popular videos right here on Phoenix Homes and Hotspots. And then check the description below. I have some other related videos down there, or you can check out 2 of my most popular videos right here.